Alright, what's poppin' people? Welcome in. This is BigBearFoundation.com back here with another video, and today we're gonna rank some stuff. We're gonna give you guys a little Sunday video here. Normally I don't upload any videos on Sunday, but what we're gonna do today is we are going to be blind ranking NBA teams, how currently they are performing after week 10. Basically, we're gonna do this about 3 times. I don't know. Next time we'll do this will be maybe towards the All-Star break. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe a little bit after All-Star break. I don't know. We'll see. And then we'll do one at the very end of the season. To that will be the final grading report. So I don't know what to call this video yet. I'm not sure. Dude, should we just call it ranking every single NBA team after 10 weeks? Actually, yeah, that's what it's gonna be called. So after 10 weeks of basketball, let's see where we rank all of these teams. But we will do it. We will do it here. I think we're gonna do it week 15, week 20. I wanted to give it a little bit of time first. That's why I waited 10 weeks in the season. I wanted to give a little bit more time. So yeah, we'll do this every single 5 weeks. Let's do that. We'll do it every single 5 weeks. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get it started here. So you guys know the tier list. We have a very interesting tier list. We have 6 categories here. So starting off with the top teams, the S tier, the elite teams. A, above average. B, I put the sneaky teams. You know, the teams could be very sneaky, playing teams that maybe they could be playoff caliber right now. I'm not sure. We'll see. But that's kind of like the sneaky category is. C tier, we got the decent tier. D tier, the under par, which means the teams are just maybe under par. You know, maybe teams are not playing relatively well right now, or they can be fixed easily, but they're just not performing well right now. And then the bottom tier, we have the teams that are ass, and you guys know by the ass category, which means you guys are horseshit terrible. So yeah, normally when I do my S tier elite, I normally only have 5 teams in this tier. But that's why I take my 5 top best basketball teams right now and I put them in the elite tier. But I think we have a new thing today, and I think we have every single team in here. So why not? Let's go ahead and start up with the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are elite. They're in the lead. They're an awesome basketball team. Love what I've seen from them. John Morant's on a complete tear this year. Just the Grizzlies bench and then just their young star power and depth power, man. I love everything I've seen from Memphis Grizzlies. Love the way how Jaren Jackson's been playing. Their defense is one of the best in basketball. They can score, no problems. They can beat you in so many ways. I like the Memphis Grizzlies, man. I think they're a very, very good basketball team. They're looking pretty scary right now. Moving on, we got the Indiana Pacers. I mean, based off my expectations for them, you know, coming off of the Eastern Conference Finals appearance, it's not so high. I'm gonna say under par right now because I really expected the Pacers. I mean, they're not doing too bad when you look at the records, but I expected more out of them this year. You know what I mean? Once you come back from the Eastern Conference Finals, your expectations are gonna rise up a little bit more. So in the playing tournament right now, I mean, they still have time to change a couple things, but right now I'm gonna say under par because they're not. I like the team. I like the offense. I think the offense has been playing well. They just been a little bit too inconsistent, and their defense has not really been too good. Moving on, we got Denver. I can say the same thing about Denver here, but I'm still going to put them as above average team. I know what they are when they're completely healthy. You still have the best player in the business. And Nikola Jokic, you still have a great. I mean, just the team itself is just, you're just watching the same team over and over again. You know what I mean? Jamal, Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon. But this team has been a little bit more consistent over the last couple weeks. Let's see if they could be a little bit more consistent. Right now, I'm going to put them in the A tier because I'm not done with it. I know they're in the playing tournament right now, but I'm not done with Denver. I still think Denver's a really good team, and I think their offense is one of the best in the league. Plus, their defense is getting better, and let's see if this team starts being a little bit more consistent. But for right now, we'll put them above average. I still very like this Denver team. Moving on, we got Utah. They're fucking horrible. Are you kidding me? Utah's freaking terrible, man. They only won 7 games so far this year. I mean, there's just nothing going on about that team right now. Moving on, we got the Trailblazers. Yep, same story. I mean, the Trailblazers are ass too. Did you really think the Trailblazers were going to be really good going into this year? Nah, I mean, they're horrible. And the team that have no offense, no defense, their defense is terrible. I mean, they got some interesting pieces, but the team is just not good. Moving on, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh, yeah, let's call it. They're elite. They're really got the best record in basketball right now, which is kind of unbelievable to say. I mean, the Cavs, I mean, when you look at them, they only lost 4 games and we're going into week 11, which is pretty insane here. So make sure you guys go check our NBA Weekly Pick Show. We do that every single Monday, aka tomorrow. Make sure you check it out. But Cleveland, oh yeah, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they've been absolutely dominant this year. They've been kicking this shit out whoever they play. It's just very fun watching the Cleveland Cavaliers right now. Next up, we got the Clippers. I don't know. I'm gonna say sneaky. I'm gonna put sneaky. I'm not gonna say decent. I'm gonna say sneaky. The Clippers, they have really done a good job without Kawhi Leonard. I'll be honest. James Harden's been playing great. The whole bench has been playing great. Starting unit's been playing great. I mean, once they get Kawhi back, I do think this team is actually gonna be better than what it was right now. But for right now, this team is not playing bad basketball. So we're gonna put them in sneaky right now. They're a very good sneaky team. Moving on, the Suns, they're just decent for me. Listen, the Suns, they have a really good offense. Kevin Durant's been good. Devin Booker's been good. Well, no, I know he's injured right now, but he's been pretty good. Love what we saw from Bradley Beal so far this year. But one thing about the Suns is their defense. This team is not a good defensive team. And I think that's something that's starting to kill it because, when you add to a roster and you have too many offensive weapons, that your defense, you have a really good offense, but your defense is probably going to be bad. And that's why I think we're seeing it out of Phoenix Suns. Still think this team is a good team, but right now I'm just going to put them at decent. Moving on, we got the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm going to still put them at above average. Listen, they won the in-season tournament and they went undefeated there. Team's been looking really good as of late. I love Giannis. I think Giannis probably should win the MVP. If not, it's either him or Jokic who should win the MVP. Love Dame. Love what we saw from Chris Middleton coming back. I do think with this team, they're going to be a little bit more consistent. They're starting to heat up now. I mean, they're off to a terrible start to the year, but they really kicked into gear, and now they're really starting to be more of a consistent team. I like the Bucks. I think they're above average. Moving on, we got the Thunder. Yeah, Thunder really. Like I said, they're kind of like the Cavs. They're kicking this shit whoever they play. But it just is what it is. And one seed in the West, winning that by a large margin, which is really hard to do in a very competitive Western Conference. Yeah, this team is one of the best in basketball. And you may think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander could be the MVP candidate, which I do think he should be at least in the conversation. Moving on, we got Houston. Actually, you guys might call me a ass. I don't care. I think Houston's in the league. I'm not gonna be complaining. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Houston's in the league. I think they're one of the best basketball teams in the league. They're one of the most exciting teams to watch in basketball. One of the most entertaining teams to watch in basketball. One of the best young core teams we've seen in basketball. I mean, this team is very, very good. They can beat you so many ways. This team has a fantastic defense. They have a great offense. And this team just looks good, and they look really good. Made the in-season tournament out of a tough group. Really impressed with the Houston Rockets so far this year. I think they're really. Moving on, we got the Toronto Raptors. I mean, they are kind of ass. I mean, what are they? They only won 7 games as well. I mean, I know the team does have Scotty Barnes and Grady Dick and stuff like that, who could be a good contribution to this team, but I'm just not really feeling it from them. I think they are kind of ass. You know what I mean? Moving on, I got the Bulls under par. I mean, I just don't really get the Bulls, man. I don't really think that they're good, even though they are only 4 games under 500 from recording this. But I just don't think their team is that good. I don't think their offense is that good. Now, they do have a good defense. I mean, I'm not gonna say good defense, but do have a sneaky defense because they do have guys like Josh Giddey who is really good on the defensive end side of the ball, and also Lonzo Ball, who's really good on the defensive side as well. But I don't think this team has the offense to keep up with recent teams, especially with Zach LaVine and Vucevic. I mean, they got somewhat good aspects, but besides that, I'm not really feeling it for the Bulls. I'll put them in under par. Moving on, Washington ass. I mean, I think Washington's. I do think this team is the worst team in basketball right now as I'm recording this. Yeah, I mean, this team is tied with somebody else for 5 wins. I mean, they've been completely horrendous this year. So yeah, we're gonna put them in the ass category. Overall this year, yeah, they've been terrible, and there's nothing to go wrong with them. Moving on, we have the Atlanta Hawks. I'm gonna say sneaky because this team's actually been competing with a lot of good teams in recent weeks. Like they competed with the Celtics, they competed with the Cavaliers. Matter of fact, I think they beat the Cavaliers 2 times of the 4 losses. I mean, I'm not gonna put this team as a decent team, but I think they're sneaky. I think they got some good wins under their belt, which really impressed me over these last couple weeks. that I will give them over the edge. I was going to put them in decent, but I really had to think about those wins that happened in recent teams. Plus, their offense is playing really well as well. That's one thing you want to see. Now, their defense could get torched a little bit, but their offense has been really impressive with the last couple of weeks. So we'll put them in sneaky. Moving on, we got the Sixers. It kind of feels wrong for me to put the Sixers here, but I know the team's been injured throughout majority of the season. Joel Embiid hasn't really been healthy. But at the same time, I gotta go under par, man. Like the Sixers, they have not really been playing that good. And I get it. You guys have been injured. I understand that. But at the end of the day, just the team, how it's performing as of late right now, under par. The team has not been playing that good. Maybe the Sixers do get on a hot streak coming up, which probably we are expecting here. But I gotta go under par, man. They're not playing as good as they are right now. And then we can say the same thing about the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings are definitely under par right now. Definitely a team that really disappointed me so far in the early going of the season. This team has a really good offense, and this team is really good at turning over the basketball. And like I said, Sacramento. Remember what I said about them being one of the better offensive teams in basketball? That's what this team really is. But one thing that they do struggle with is their defense. Their defense is horrendous. They're kind of like the Phoenix Suns. Good offensive team, but a horrible defensive team. Sacramento, you guys still have some time to turn it around. Like you're only like a quarter within the season, so you do have some opportunities to turn around your season, but for right now, they're not playing too good right now. Moving on, we got the Lakers. I mean, the Lakers are 5 games above 500, and I would put the Lakers at decent because we haven't really beaten a good team in recent weeks. Like I know we've beaten like teams down here, but we haven't really beaten any team like up here. You know what I mean? And the Lakers, I just think we're very solid. I think we're just the exact definition of solid. Average defense, average offense. Now LeBron's been outstanding. AD's been outstanding. But for right now, I'm gonna put my guys in decent. They haven't really shown me too much of me to put them in a sneaky or above average team. For right now, we're gonna put them in decent. I would love to put my Lakers up there. Don't get me wrong. I'm an LA fan. You guys know that. But for right now, I'm gonna put my guys in decent. I need to see a little bit more consistency from this basketball team. Like one game, we go from winning streak to losing streak, winning streak to losing streak. We need to be more consistent. If they do that, I'll bump you up the sneaky. But for right now, we need to be more consistent. Moving on, we got the Pistons. If I'm being completely honest with y'all, I think the Pistons are decent. I honestly do. I don't think they're a bad basketball team at all. I don't think they've shown anything. Like a lot of people said last year, and it's just true. Every single time you look at the Pistons, they're ass. It's a free win. But the Pistons, they've been playing competitive basketball, man. I don't think this team is bad at all. This team actually has a pretty good offense, and I love what I've been seeing from Cade Cunningham. I mean, seriously, just from the team perspective, I just like what I've been seeing out of them. I think they're a decent basketball team, and there's just nothing go wrong. Average defense, average offense, and this so far, I know this team's 4 games under 500 as I'm recording this, but this team, they do not look that bad. Moving on, we got the Washington. Next up, we have the Golden State Warriors. I'm gonna put this team as decent as well. Haven't really seen too much out of them as of late. I know Steph Curry has been a little bit of a shooting slump recently, but looks like he's coming back and getting into rhythm. This team doesn't look the best, but they're decent at least. I wouldn't put them in the under par category. I think that would be a little bit too disrespectful. But yeah, at the end of the day, we're gonna put them in a decent category. They're so close for me for putting them in the sneaky category. I just need to see a little bit more consistent. They're kind of like the Lakers. I need to see them a little bit more consistent. Moving on, we have the New York Knicks. They're definitely above average. I love what I've been seeing from that team. Jalen Brunson's a freaking stud. I love the addition of Karl-Anthony Towns, and those two might be the best pick and roll combos that we ever seen this year. You see these two on the pick and roll pick and roll move in the NBA. These two are exactly fantastic at doing that, and they have great contributions as well. This team has a really good defense. They have nothing but good defensive players over there on that side. Plus, they have anywhere on offense who is capable of going in there and get the job done. Love what I'm seeing from the Knicks. They're starting to become more consistent, and I think we can definitely put this team above average. They look great. Moving on, we got the Boston Celtics. Unfortunately, they're late. I mean, there's nothing to say about it. 23-8 look dominant right now. Now, I know they've been a little bit on a slump as of late. They've been a little bit of a slump. A little bit slightly big of a losing streak, but it looks like they're starting to come back on track. And Jaylen Brown looks great. Jason Tatum looks great. Chris Porzingis came back from the lineup, and he looks good shooting the basketball. I mean, come on, it's the same Celtics team. So what do you really want to expect out of them? Right now, they're elite. They're going to beat their Celtics. Moving on, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves. This team very much could be sneaky. It could be sneaky. This could be a sneaky basketball team. And actually, I'm going to put them there. I'm going to put them as sneaky. I know they've been decent. I know the team hasn't really been that consistent as of late. And I know their offense has not really been that good. But I do really believe in this Minnesota team. I really do believe in Anthony Edwards. I think he's been absolutely sensational this year. Love the way how their defense has been playing. Sure, their offense is a little inconsistent right now, which I do think they'll eventually figure it out. But actually, I'm going to put the Timberwolves in sneaky. It doesn't, yes, I know it doesn't feel like that, but I'm going to put them up there. I'm going to put them in sneaky. I still believe in. They're kind of like Denver, like two teams that I'm ranking a little bit higher is because I still believe in them. Moving on, we have the Orlando Magic. We're going to put this team in above average for sure. This team is doing a fantastic job at competing even without their top guys. Like, they're missing Paulo, Franz Wagner, Bobby Wagner. No. Franz Wagner, Paulo Banchero, and this team has been competing in every single game. It just feels like when you watch a Magic game, they're never getting blown out. And that is the one thing that you want from your basketball team. When your basketball team is not performing that well, or when your basketball team doesn't have their stars, you can rely on other guys to win. And that's the Orlando Magic. Great to see that. I think this team's a good basketball team. Next up, we have the Miami Heat. I mean, they're just decent right now. I mean, I just can't really say nothing about them. Jimmy Butler's committed kind of in the lineup. Love him seeing from Tyler Hero, though, not offense. Offense has been pretty good for the Heat. I mean, defensively, they've been pretty good, too. And like I said, for the Heat, they are a better team on the road than they are at home. I think that's always been the Heat. But this team doesn't really seem like they care to play in the regular season. Not saying that like a performance effort. I'm just seeing that as like the history of the Miami Heat. You know what I mean? Like, this team doesn't really give two shits about the regular season as long as they're in the playoffs, they're fine. So that's what I'm kind of getting from the Miami Heat. I mean, not like I said, not saying all playout, not saying all performance wise. I'm just saying that just based off the way how they're playing. But I do think Miami Heat's decent. I'm not going to call this team a bad team. Moving on, we have the Charlotte Hornets. Now, I did actually have some faith in the Charlotte Hornets, and I know they definitely can be better than the way they're playing right now. But this team is ass. I mean, come on. They haven't really... I mean, Charlotte Hornets, they've been playing at least decent at the beginning of the year, and they just completely fell off. Now, Melo Ball is trying to do whatever he can for that team to at least stay competitive, stay what. But, come on. The Hornets are terrible. I mean, they're not a good team. I mean, Melo Ball, like I said, he's trying to do whatever he can, but they don't have enough offense. Their defense is horrible. So yeah, I mean, let's just face it, they're ass. More than we have the Dallas Mavericks. This team's actually pretty good. I'm gonna put them at above average because I only have 5 teams in the league, but the Mavericks, they're definitely above average. They're above average even without Luka Doncic because Kyrie Irving has been absolutely sensational this year. But this team's offense with him, Klay Thompson, has been really good. Love what I'm seeing at their defense. Their defense has really been stepping up. Luka Doncic, when he's in there, he makes the team a whole lot better. The team's one of the dangerous teams to face. I really love the Dallas Mavericks. And then another team that started off slow, but it's really starting to pick up now. And I think we're starting to see it. This team looks good while they're doing it. This team is definitely an above average team. Moving out the Spurs. The Spurs, they're decent. I mean, they're another team that you might think they're bad, but they're not. They're decent. They're kind of like the Pistons, a team that was awful last year that just brought up to a decent team. And like I said before the season, Chris Paul, the way how he changes that team is critical because him and Wemby, it's off to a really good connection with each other. Love what I'm seeing from the team, man. Plus, they have some really underrated guys off their bench that can really give them a spark. So I love what I'm seeing from the Spurs. They're a pretty decent basketball team right now. I'm not going to say sneaky or nothing. I don't think they're like playoff caliber right now, but they're very getting close, and it looks like the whole culture is just like they're with them. You know what I mean? So they're definitely a decent team for right now. Moving on, we have the Brooklyn Nets. I'm not gonna give them ass. I'm gonna say under par. I mean, come on, but Brooklyn. I mean, you could call them ass because they only got 12 wins right now. But I'm gonna put them under par. I mean, this team they just made a deal with the Lakers. I actually didn't see that until this morning, but they made a deal. I think D'Angelo Russell went back to Brooklyn. I think we gave a Maxwell Lewis and a couple second round picks for Dorian Finney-Smith and somebody else, but it wasn't a bad trade there. But I think Brooklyn has enough star power now to mean not least common ass team, but for right now it just is what it is. But come on, let's look at the team. They're under par right now. And lastly, we have the New Orleans Pelicans. Okay, here's the deal about the Pelicans. Are they ass? Yes. Do they deserve to be ass? No, because the Pelicans, they're dealing with so many injuries that they can't even abstain, and I'm sorry, but it just is what it is. You know what I mean? It's just a team that is just should be really good. But at the end of the day, when you only win 5 games or tie Washington for the worst team in the league, I can't put you anywhere else but the ass category. You know what I mean? And it's not your fault either. Like I said, I do think your team is better than what it is. It's just unfortunate you guys are dealing with a whole bunch of injuries, and that's why I gotta put you guys in the ass category right now. But trust me, it's not your fault. Alright guys, and that's going to do it for this video of me blind ranking every single NBA team, how currently they are performing right now. So if you guys have it already, make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, make sure you guys join the Discord, make sure you guys follow me on Twitch, Manor28, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See ya, peace out, stay safe. This is BigBeardSonation.com. Peace out, stay safe, see y'all in the next one. Peace out.